So there we were, me and my best friend, let's call her friend. We were on a train somewhere in Europe with absolutely no idea what we were doing. Just two girls, a thirst for adventure, and a serious lack of planning. It all started at 3 a.m., fueled by stale cookies and sheer, unadulterated boredom. The kind of boredom that makes you question your life choices. In a moment of what can only be described as sleep-deprived genius, we decided, let's go to Paris. Just like that. No debate, no second thoughts. That was the whole plan. Seriously. No research, no itinerary, just train tickets booked for the weekend. Impulsive, absolutely. Ill-advised? Probably. Exciting? Definitely. We packed striped shirts because, obviously, Paris demands a certain level of sartorial commitment. The train ride? A journey in itself. Us, pretending to be sophisticated travelers, striking poses for the camera, while simultaneously eating gas station snacks and vlogging every single second for posterity. Or, for the gram. We attempted to learn French from a dusty phrasebook. Bonjour, I'd say with unwavering confidence, sounding less like a charming tourist and more like a confused goose honking its way through the French countryside. Friend's attempt at merci was so hilariously butchered, it came out closer to a desperate plea for mercy. The camera was our constant companion, our third wheel, faithfully catching every awkward moment, every mispronounced word, every questionable fashion choice. Arriving at Gare du Nord felt like stepping directly into a movie scene, except we hadn't memorized our lines, we were definitely overdressed, and everyone else looked effortlessly cooler than humanly possible. The metro map looked less like a transportation guide and more like an alien code designed to confuse tourists. We guessed, pointed at random signs, and somehow, against all odds, managed to get on what we hoped was the right train. Squeezed in amongst actual real-life Parisians, we clung desperately to the poles, our oversized backpacks bumping into everyone within a 3-foot radius. I leaned in and whispered to friend, "We're officially underground. It smells vaguely of history, a hint of exhaust fumes, and maybe, just maybe, a faint whiff of cheese." Friend, meanwhile, was just trying desperately not to lose her balance and fall headfirst into a stranger's lap. But then, suddenly, we were there. The chaos, the noise, the sheer sensory overload of it all, the overwhelming feeling of being completely and utterly out of place, it was surprisingly exhilarating. And just like that, the adventure had officially and very, very clumsily begun. Finding the hotel was its own quest, dragging suitcases over cobblestones, missing the tiny sign twice. The elevator was the size of a shoebox. We crammed in, breaking at least one fire code. The room? Cozy, but perfect. We threw our bags down and jumped on the beds. Vlog time dramatic room tour. "Here's the wall, very wall-like," friend deadpanned. We were in Paris in our own little room with 2 days ahead. Map out, we circled everything. Eiffel Tower, Louvre, Notre Dame, bakeries. The plan? See it all in 48 hours. Before heading out, we filmed a getting ready montage. Striped shirts, questionable makeup, lots of laughter. We're transforming from tired travelers to sophisticated explorers, I joked. Ready or not, Paris, here we come. First stop on our Parisian adventure? The iconic Eiffel Tower, of course. It's practically a pilgrimage for any first-time visitor. Seeing the Eiffel Tower is not just recommended, it's the law. Okay, maybe not the law, but it should be. You simply can't visit Paris and see it. We emerged blinking from the depths of the metro and then, BAM! There it was. Bigger, taller, and honestly more surreal than any photo or postcard could ever capture. It just dominates the skyline. We just stood there, jaws dropped, for a solid 10 minutes, completely mesmerized by its grandeur. It's one of those sights that truly takes your breath away. But, no way were we waiting in line to go up. I mean, look at it. Instead, we opted for the next best thing, Nutella crepes from a street vendor. We found a sweet spot on the grass at the Champ de Mars and proceeded to vlog our very authentic, very messy, traditional French delicacy experience. Nutella everywhere. Next up on our whirlwind tour, the Louvre. We had a mission and we chose to accept it. Find the Mona Lisa, gaze upon the Venus de Milo, and most importantly, try not to get hopelessly lost in the process. The iconic glass pyramid at the entrance was truly epic. A modern marvel juxtaposed against the classic architecture. But inside? Oh boy, it was a complete and utter maze of people, priceless artifacts, and endless art galleries. We bravely followed the throngs of people, all seemingly headed in one direction, towards the enigmatic Mona Lisa. And there she was, tiny behind bulletproof glass, completely surrounded by a sea of flashing phones and selfie sticks. We managed a quick blurry selfie in the chaos, then made our way to the Venus de Milo for a slightly more successful and definitely more dramatic pose. For the rest of our time there, We mostly just wandered aimlessly, feeling like two clueless potatoes lost in a vast and overwhelming palace of art. But you know what? It was absolutely awesome. Day 2, eat every pastry in Paris. We started at a boulangerie, croissants, pain au chocolat, something almondi. The croissant was life-changing. We wandered Montmartre, cobblestones, artists, ivy-covered buildings. The camera caught it all. Cats, musicians, colorful storefronts. We found a cafe, ordered coffee, and just watched Paris go by. We vlogged a heated debate. Which pastry reigned supreme? No winner, just laughter. The camera made us notice more, but also led to chaos. Like me nearly walking into a lamppost caught on video by friend. We replayed it a dozen times, crying with laughter. The best moments weren't the big sights, but the goofy, real ones in between. Suddenly, it was our last night. The realization hit us like a wave. Where had the time gone? It felt like just yesterday we were excitedly planning this adventure. We decided to take one last boat tour on the Seine, wanting to soak in every last bit of Parisian charm. We spent the evening watching Paris slowly light up as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. It was a magical sight. The Eiffel Tower sparkled, putting on its nightly light show. For once, we put the camera down, resisting the urge to document everything, and just watched, truly present in the moment. Back at the hotel, the reality of leaving started to sink in. We were surrounded by half-packed bags and the remnants of our Parisian pastry feasts, a chaotic yet comforting scene. We filmed our outro, trying to capture the bittersweet feeling of the trip coming to an end. We recapped our favorite moments, reliving the highlights of our Parisian escapade. There was the first croissant, warm and flaky, the iconic Eiffel Tower, majestic and awe-inspiring, the chaotic yet efficient metro, a true Parisian experience, and the quiet cafe where we found refuge from the bustling city. But the best part? Experiencing it all together, sharing laughter and creating memories that will last a lifetime. On the train home, as Paris faded into the distance, we scrolled through the hundreds of photos and videos we had captured, reliving every blurry, every funny, every hilarious second. The vlog wasn't just about getting views, it was about creating our own personal time capsule, a way to remember this incredible journey. We learned that sometimes the best adventures are the ones you barely plan, the ones where you just let go and see where the wind takes you. And we realized that as long as you have your best friend by your side, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, no matter where that may be. Au revoir, Paris. Until next time, we'll cherish these memories.